What's up, YouTube? Welcome to PanFro Games. In today's video, we're going over the brand new Pokemon rumors, and some of these are incredibly spicy. Now, we may have Generation 10 delayed from 2025 to 2026. That's going to be crazy, and we'll break it all down in a moment. And of course, guys, if you like my type of content, enjoy these videos, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. Consider supporting the channel by joining the Pan Fam. Hit that join channel member button below. Starting off with Nintendo Switch 2 news, because this is an important context for the following stories. So if you didn't know, Nintendo Switch 2 is happening. It's real. I covered it in the channel in previous videos. You want more information, check that out. But the important thing is the Switch 2 is coming out in 2025, and the big rumor is going to be March 2025. However, we're not going to be getting any Pokemon news slash any Switch 2 news in June of 2024, which is the next direct, right? So second half of 2024, we may see some sort of direct, which I am predicting September. We'll see a Switch 2 direct, but I'm also not thinking we're going to really see too much of anything Pokemon related outside of something for Pokemon Legends ZA, which might be shown off along besides the Nintendo Switch 2, because both of them might be launching together at the exact same time, especially to show off the power of the new hardware, which makes a lot of sense. If you didn't know, the Switch 2 was originally delayed because they didn't have a strong first-party lineup ready, and Pokemon would definitely be included in that calculation. They also want to make sure they had enough units ready for the launch to meet the demand. So a lot of those things make sense to me. Now, Riddler Koo is back, and he's yapping away, and he says, and that project is on the way, winky face. By the way, 3 projects on the list so far. 3 projects coming. So 3 Pokemon games. Now, we already know of one, already mentioned, Pokemon Legends ZA. Already confirmed for 2025. We have no release date or anything or a window. We just have a year, 2025. Now, we can assume Generation 10 is coming. We know Generation 10 is coming. There's always a new Pokemon generation, and the generation releases are every 3 years usually, right? So Scarlet and Violet release in 2022. Generation 10 should be in 2025. More on that in a moment. Now, the last project we have to assume is going to be a Pokemon Black and White remake or something to do with a Gen 5 game. Now, that's not going to release in 2024, in my opinion, because Pokemon Day already happened. We didn't see anything on it outside of some sort of mobile TCG game, and that's the only thing that's slated to come out this year. If it was to come out this year, they wouldn't delay the announcement. Wouldn't make any sense, and Pokemon marketing cycles are always like 5, 6, 7 months long. I mean, BDSP even received the same treatment. Release or an announcement was at the Pokemon Day, and then it released in November. So it should have done something like that, but they didn't. So I wouldn't hold my breath for anything this year, but there is a chance for Gen 5 next year, right? Now, Riddler Koo says, are you excited for Pokemon Day 2025? Talking shits about Ikaku. Now, Ikaku, if you didn't know, Ikaku is the Pokemon Legends ZA project to name, right? So this is like the internal name of the project. And it looks like we are going to be seeing Ikaku probably at Pokemon Day 2025, which says to me that if we see it at Pokemon Day 2025, that means it's going to be releasing after February, after end of February, right? And that sort of lines up with the Switch 2 release, which is predicted to be March 2025, because March is after February, right? So now we're looking at maybe we are actually going to see this game launch alongside the Switch 2 sometime in March. Now, Koo also says, prepare for some interesting goods coming later by the end of this year. So there is going to be some sort of announcement related to Pokemon by the end of this year. And I can totally see that because we don't have any news on Pokemon Legends ZA outside of what little information we got from the website and from that little minute long trailer, right? We haven't even seen gameplay. We don't even know how it really plays in general. So we are going to be getting some sort of trailer sometime by the end of this year. That's a very easy prediction. Anyone could have made that, but you know, it makes a lot of sense, obviously. That's just how video games are released. Now, Riddler Koo responds to this tweet above and says, nope, just some funny goods. that will empty your wallet. So I don't know what he really means by this personally. This one doesn't make a lot of sense. It seems to me that Pokemon Company is releasing maybe some sort of collector's edition or some sort of like plushies or new product to go alongside these games that seems to be more funny. This doesn't really signal to me anything related to the actual game, so I thought it was worth mentioning here. Now, this is the big story, our big headline story here. Riddler Koo says, have you prepared for Generation 10? I am prepared for Generation 10. But he says 30th A. Now, 30th A, what could that be? It only means one thing, 30th anniversary. Now, the 30th anniversary is actually not in 2025. It is in 2026. 2026. Now, the implications of this is actually massive because 2024 is already a bad year for Pokemon. 2025, we'll get Pokemon Legends ZA, maybe Gen 5 remakes, maybe whatever, who knows. But we were always assuming that we were going to be getting a Generation 10 game in the holiday of 2025. And this breaks the 3-year cycle, which has been followed for a very long time with the new releases of Pokemon Generations. Now, Pokemon Generations usually have a full release with the anime, with the TCG, and the video game, and any other new products, right? So this is certainly not normal, and one, I think it's good for us as fans to have a better polished product coming, because a whole more year of development is going to be great for the end user. But I really wonder what they're going to do with a 4th year of Generation 9, because one, competitive, I don't know what they're going to do. Are they going to do another year-long competitive scene with the same meta? I don't really know what they're going to do there. That's very interesting, and I think it's very stagnant, especially because we're not going to be getting another DLC for Scarlet and Violet. So I really wonder how they're going to fill in the gaps, but for at least for competitive players, they're going to be sort of out of luck because Pokemon Legends ZA is a single-player only game. That is confirmed. And if we get a Gen 5 remake, I mean, that'll be fun, but that will not be a VGC game, you know, so I really wonder what they're going to be doing here. This seems very unusual in general. So Riddler Koo then follows up this tweet with another great tweet. He says Ikaku will not be out too early next year. So he's saying it's releasing next year, which you already knew, 2025, which is Pokemon Legends ZA, but not too early. And this is probably a reference to Pokemon Legends Arceus releasing at the very end of January. So it's not going to be the same time it released in January, right? It's not going to be January. It's probably not going to be February. I can see it being March. Now, with the clues we already got from Riddler Koo, we know we're going to be seeing Pokemon Legends ZA at Pokemon Day, which is end of February. And we probably have a release of the Switch 2 in March. And we know it's not releasing too early next year. So I'm going to be guessing. I think this is sort of like a triangle of, you know, data here. We're just looking at all the context clues and we can pinpoint it that Pokemon Legends ZA is most likely releasing in March of 2025 and maybe alongside within a week or so of the Nintendo Switch 2, but it'll also be on the Switch 1. Now, this last part is actually really interesting to me. This person says, any news on the starters? Well, I mean, I assume this is a starter question related to Pokemon Legends ZA. But we're going to know them within this year, which makes a lot of sense. You know, we are going to be getting the trailers this year and all of that. I don't think he's referring to Generation 10 because he's replying to a tweet about Pokemon Legends ZA. So we'll see him soon. I wonder what the starters are going to be. I still believe we'll see like Snivy, I think is a lock-in. I do think we're going to see Piplup, and I do think we might see Torchic. But let me know what you think the starters of Pokemon Legends ZA when we in the comment section below. Now, one more tweet. This user says, so are we getting any Pokemon game this year? We are getting one, and the one game we are getting is the game that was announced earlier at Pokemon Day 2024, and that is going to be the Pokemon TCG app, the new app game, which is set to release sometime this year. We have no new additional information about it, and that's honestly what 90% of this audience does not want to hear, is another TCG app. And unfortunately, Pokemon makes a lot of mobile games. They make a lot of their money from mobile games, and it seems like this is where the continued focus of this series is going, like a lot of other franchises are. So 2024 is not a great year for us, but hey, 2025 might be phenomenal. Let's hope. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comment section below how you feel about the news, how you feel about Generation 10. being in potentially 2026 and all that other good stuff. And of course, guys, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. Catch you guys next time. Peace out and have a good one.